From an Olympian to Hollywood stars and even the U.S. president, the cast of Home Alone have been busy since filming The Christmas Cracker. It's been over 30 years since the original movie first hit our screens, but we still can't get enough, and new generations of fans are falling in love with the box office smash. It's the simple tale of a schoolboy accidentally left inside his house on his own while the rest of his family go on holiday, who is then forced to defend their home from nasty intruders in a manner of hilarious ways. And if that wasn't enough, he got lost in New York during the sequel, and even had the pleasure of meeting Donald Trump. The movie held the record for being the highest-grossing live-action comedy ever and turned child actor Macaulay Culkin into a sensation. $476.7 million worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing live-action comedy up until 2011, the film held the record for being the highest-grossing live-action comedy ever after making $476.7 million worldwide and turned child actor Macaulay Culkin into a superstar. Get the news you want straight to your inbox. Sign up for a Mirror newsletter here. Most of the cast came back for the successful sequel, with Culkin paid a whopping $4.5 million to appear in Home Alone 2 compared to $110,000 for the original. However, there have since been 4 more Home Alone movies with completely different casts that haven't quite lived up to the first 2. Last month saw another reboot titled Home Sweet Home Alone, which stars Jojo Rabbit's Archie Yates as a kid who is left on his own and Irish comedian Aisling Bea as his terrified mother. It also saw the return of original actor Devin Rattray, who reprised his role as Kevin's older brother Buzz, who had become a police officer. So what happened to Macaulay and the rest of the cast once filming wrapped? Macaulay Culkin, Kevin McAllister. Macaulay shot to fame playing lovable rogue Kevin in the first movie and its sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. The young actor, who was just 10 at the time, was cast as the cheeky 8-year-old who was incredibly skilled at creating harmful contraptions to stop the hapless burglars. He went on to appear in My Girl, The Nutcracker, The Good Son, Getting Even with Dad and Richie Rich, and hosted Saturday Night Live. Macaulay became friends with Michael Jackson, famously appearing in the music video for Black or White, and is godfather to the pop singers Kid Paris, Prince, and Michael Jr. After making a whopping 15 movies in just 7 years, he then decided to take a 4-year break from acting to attend a private high school. At the age of 14, Macaulay controversially divorced from his parents to stop them controlling his vast fortune as they battled for custody after they split. Our 1994 divorce was one of the best things that's ever happened, as it led to me leaving the industry, he said on Marc Maron's WTF podcast 2018. I wanted to take a break for a while and eventually I was like, I'm done guys, hope you all made your money because there is no more coming from me. Aged 18 he married actress Rachel Minor, which ended in divorce, then had an 8-year relationship with Hollywood star Mila Kunis. But his love life is on the up, as since 2017 he has been dating his Changeling co-star Brenda Song, and earlier this year they welcomed their first child together. Baby Dakota was named as a tribute to Macaulay's late sister, who sadly passed away from her injuries after she stepped in front of a moving vehicle outside a Los Angeles bar in 2008. After returning to acting, Macaulay then headed on stage with the Pizza Underground, a food-based covers band playing Velvet Underground hits, playing the kazoo. Most recently, He reprised the role of Kevin for Google Assistant adverts and is starring in the 10th season of American Horror Story. Earlier this year, Mack also revealed that he auditioned to play Brad Pitt's role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it was a disaster as he hadn't been through the process for 8 years. The actor confirmed he would not be appearing in the Home Sweet Home Alone reboot but wished all involved the best of luck. Kieran Culkin, Fuller McAllister. Not many people will know that Macaulay's younger brother also appeared in the movie. Kieran Culkin played Kevin's bedwetting younger cousin Fuller in the film, but had no idea what it was about until he watched it. Speaking to James Corden last year, Kieran confessed he wasn't really aware of the plot when they made the movie when he was aged 7. There's a part in the movie where Terry's a kid who gets his head counted incorrectly and he goes, "Bye, bring me back something French. I thought the movie was about that kid," he said. "And it made sense when I saw it. I remember seeing it in the theater at the premiere and I was dying laughing and I was like, oh, that makes sense cause Mac was on set all the time." Kieran went on to star in feature films including Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 2010, Father of the Bride, 1991, and She's All That, 1999, and has also appeared in Fargo and Robot Chicken. But what he is best known for is his incredible portrayal of Roman Roy in hit HBO series Succession, which has probably made him as famous as his brother. Kieran previously dated Emma Stone and is now happily married to Jazz Chardon, with the couple having a daughter and welcoming a son in August this year. Joe Pesci, Harry. This man needs no introduction as by the time he starred as burglar Harry in Home Alone, Joe Pesci already had an impressive resume. Joe played Harry, the brains behind the Operation Short, but his hot-headed nature led to him being outsmarted by young Kevin. He picked up a BAFTA award for Best Newcomer in Raging Bull, 1980, and a decade later got an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor as he once again teamed up with Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese in Goodfellas. The trio worked together again in 1995 on Casino. He also starred in JFK Gone Fishing and Lethal Weapon 3 and 4. He announced his retirement from acting in 1999 and has only appeared occasionally in movies ever since. Since the turn of the century, he made a cameo appearance in The Good Shepherd, before starring in Love Ranch in 2010. Most recently, he teamed up once again with De Niro and Scorsese in 2019 Netflix film The Irishman. Daniel Stern, Marv. Like Pesci, Daniel Stern enjoyed success before Home Alone in the likes of Breaking Away, It's My Turn, and City Slickers. He took on the role of hapless criminal Marv, which he reprised alongside Pesci's Harry in the sequel, the taller and dim-witted one of the two burglars. Daniel would go on to star in Bushwhacked, as well as narrating the Wonder Years TV series. He also volunteers quite a bit, with his charity work through the Malibu Foundation for Youth and Families, his services towards education and visiting U.S. troops on Iraq in 2003. In 2009, he was given the President's Call to Service Award by Barack Obama, which is the nation's highest honor for volunteering. The actor is also now working on the other side of the camera as a producer and director. Catherine O'Hara, Kate McAllister starring in Beetlejuice was a highlight of Catherine O'Hara's career before Home Alone came knocking. The award-winning actress played Kevin's despairing mum, who frantically tried to get back home to her son by any means necessary. Since then, she has forged a varied CV across TV and film, including voicing Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas and roles in the likes of Chicken Little and The Life Before This. She's also had success on the small screen, playing Carol Ward in a number of episodes of 6 Feet Under and Netflix show A Series of Unfortunate Events. Catherine joined the cast of Glenn Martin, DDS for 2 seasons as Jackie Martin, and since 2016 has starred as Moira Rose in sitcom Schitt's Creek, winning her first Emmy for the role in 2019. John Hurd, Peter McAllister. John Hurd had already starred in a number of famous films before taking on the role of Kevin's dad. Hurd had a long list of credits, going all the way back to 1975, when he starred in TV movie Valley Forge. Following Home Alone, he appeared in 1992's Gladiator as John Riley, and is credited with a role in at least one movie every year since 1987. He had a recurring role on CSI Miami, appeared in an episode of Modern Family and TV film Sharknado. Tragically, John was found dead in a hotel room in Palo Alto, California, in July 2017 at the age of 71. He died from a sudden cardiac arrest due to atherosclerotic and hypertensive heart disease. Devine Rattray, Buzz McAllister. The part of bullying Big Brother Buzz is still Devin Rattray's most famous role, despite the 41-year-old actor staying in the industry after reprising his part in 1992. Devin played a number of bullying characters in the early 90s, landing roles in Little Monsters and Dennis the Menace. He took on roles in the hit series, Law & Order, SVU, as well as in Ryan Reynolds' movie R.I.P.D. The actor is also in a band called Little Bill and the Beckleys, performing as the band's singer, guitarist and lyricist. The role of Buzz was recast in Home Alone 4, with Gideon Jacobs taking on the role. But Devin did return to the role of Buzz for Home Sweet Home Alone, hilariously telling his fellow police officers that every year he gets a prank call claiming burglars are trying to get into his old house. Hilary Wolf, Megan McAllister. Now a former child star, Hilary Wolf is best known for playing Kevin's spiteful older sister Megan. She also starred as Laura in Big Girls Don't Cry. They Get Even in 1992, but retired from acting after Home Alone 2 at the age of 15. Hilary went on to become an Olympian and represented the U.S. in judo during the 1996 and 2000 Olympic Games. Now in her 40s, the actress has diversified her talents and has written a book, The Not So Zen Mom. Angela Goethals, Linny McAllister. Angela was just 13 when the 1990 film came out and was known for saying the infamously incompetence line to Kevin. She was one of only 3 of the main cast members not to return for Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, with Maureen Elizabeth Shea taking on the role in the sequel. In 1996, the actress played Kathy Sanders in Jerry Maguire, a film that saw her appear alongside Hollywood names Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger. 6 years later, in 2002, Angela starred in Jerry Springer, as well as Adam Sandler's movie Spanglish. Angela had a recurring part in hit TV series 24, which she began a year later, as Maya Driscoll, the mentally ill daughter of Aaron, the director of CTU Los Angeles at the time. Since then, Angelis had a couple of smaller parts in the likes of Grey's Anatomy, CSI, Without a Trace, and Law & Order. She's fluent in French, which she studied at undergraduate level at private university Vassar College in Poughkeepsie, U.S. Angela has a daughter with fellow actor Russell Soter, who she married in 2005. Roberts Blossom, Old Man Marley. The late Roberts Blossom gave a stellar performance as Kevin's misunderstood neighbor Old Man Marley. The Escape from Alcatraz and Close Encounter of the Third Kind star had already appeared in some very successful movies before he helped Kevin in Home Alone. However, whilst he kept busy until the end of the 1990s, his final big screen credit was 1995's The Quick and the Dead. He went on to make appearances in television films like The American Clock, 1993, and Balloon Farm, 1999, before his retirement, during which he spent his time writing poetry. Sadly, Robert died in July 2011 from cerebrovascular disease aged 87. Brenda Fricker, Pigeon Lady. Oscar winner Brenda Fricker, who won Best Supporting Actress in My Left Foot, played the mysterious Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. She went on to appear in several other high-profile films, including So I Married an Axe Murderer, Angels in the Outfield and A Time to Kill. Having left Casualty in 1990, Brenda returned for 2 episodes in 1998 before being killed off in 2010. Brenda, who retired from acting in 2014, has not remarried following the end of her 9-year marriage to director Barry Davis in 1988. In 2019, Brenda sadly revealed she would be spending this Christmas alone in Ireland. The Dublin-based actress explained, "I'm 75 now, and I would be lying if I said it would be a nice and happy Christmas because I'm old and I live alone. It can be very dark. I turn the phone off and put the blinds down. I do pre-record some good programs and I have my dog and I get myself through it that way." Earlier this year, it was revealed that Brenda will make a surprise return to TV to star in new ITV drama Holding, adapted from the novel of the same name by Graham Norton. Donald Trump, himself. Some of us may have forgotten that Donald J. Trump did have a role in Home Alone 2. Having accidentally flown to New York, lonely Kevin was in desperate need of help and asked a passing rich gentleman for help. Down the hall and to the left, came the reply from the Donald. When the film was released in 1992, Trump owned the Plaza Hotel in real life and demanded to have a cameo in exchange for filming there. According to director Christopher Columbus, Trump bullied his way into the film, but they left the scene in as audiences loved it. Not a lot needs to be said about what happened next to the business mogul, who became a reality TV star on The Apprentice, then made the transition to leader of the free world. The Donald spent 4 years in the White House before losing to Joe Biden and has been banned from every major social media site. A Canadian broadcaster caused controversy in 2019 by cutting Trump's cameo from a showing of the film, claiming it was to save time and make room for commercials. Trump himself responded to the scandal, jokingly suggesting that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was behind the snub. "I guess Justin T doesn't much like my making him pay up on NATO or trade," he tweeted, before adding, "The movie will never be the same. Just kidding." Do you have a story to share? Email webfeatures@trinitymirror.com.